All right, we're looking at the Borealis Medusa. I have a couple of these to look at. I'm going to show you this one first. Yep, it's starting to tarnish. It's going to have that nice natural patina. These are prototypes, so I'm sure there'll be a little bit of changing here and there, but I think overall this is going to be really close to the finished product. And that's not a bad thing. The crown action is tucked in there really good. This has the Citizen Miyota 9015 movement. Has a nice wind to it. Has a nice date change. And then it screws in like perfect. Just lines up every time. That crown recessed in perfectly. It's signed. This was my first experience with a bronze watch too. It has the helium escape valve. This is a 500 meter automatic watch. So it has a really thick crystal. You know what the crazy part is? This is only 12.5 millimeter thick. And you see you have that flat sapphire crystal. And then it's 45 millimeter. It's completely round. I mean, it looks like a clock. The closest experience I've had to a watch like this would be the Seiko tuna. But I can straight up tell you guys that this thing wears way more comfortable than the tuna I had. This is thinner, and then there is no lugs. The tuna had like a little bit of lug. This has no lug. I mean, it just dips right into the case. And this thing just melts on the hand. Like, I don't care what size wrist you have, you can wear a 45 millimeter watch if it's done in this fashion. This particular model on the bracelet, I'll quickly show you the bracelet. It's executed really nice. It has the diver extension built right in. And that'll also be your micro adjust there if you want it to be, or you have the 3 micro adjust there. It's a nice, thick, heavy-duty bracelet with screwed links. Solid end links, obviously. Dipping right into that case. Pretty sure, I don't know all the specs on it, because if you guys, even if you're not going to buy a Borealis, you need to go and like register for their forum, because it's super fun to just follow it, the progression of a new model, and the level of interaction that the creators of the watches have with the fan base. If it's legitimate input, then they'll put that into the watch. Like they'll alter the watch depending on what the fan base wants. This has a 120 click bezel, and it has the nice side scallops like on the bezel. They grip really good at any position. I like how the bezel action on it is, it's not super stiff, but yet you can tell it's not going to get bumped around. It's a weird one. There is a little bit of play on it. I don't know if it'll be in that final production or if it'll be tightened up. I think the way this one works, I'd almost rather it be a little bit loose and have a little bit of play in it. As they're nice. Well, here, I'll show you the case back on this one because it's on 500 meter, Borealis Watch Company. Shows the movement on there. It's done really good. This leather is really nice too. I'm not sure where they source it from. And then they match the clasp on this one with the bronze. So it's a thick leather, so you know it's going to break in really nice. But it still is like soft, and I mean the bottom part here where it touches is really nice and soft. I'll toss this one on a wrist. There's the bronze. I'm really digging these. At first, I was worried about that 45 millimeter, but I'm telling you, I mean, you can tell. I'm down to like a 7 1/8 inch wrist, and this thing just melts on the wrist. There's no hot spots at all. Like, it doesn't dig in or anything. You can get full flex on your wrist. And being only 12.5 millimeter, I mean, that's crazy thin for a 500 meter watch. This could easily be an everyday wear watch. This is the green. I'm not a huge fan of the green. I could see where, you know, some guys might like it. I know there's a black. I'm pretty sure there's a blue, like a gray. I'm not sure if they're doing a white. Can't remember all the colors. I know they're doing an orange. I would really like to see the orange. I think if I were to order one, I would probably have to do it in the orange. Has a nice heft to it. I think a lot of that is the bracelet. That bracelet is not a light duty bracelet. It is a nice, chunky, heavy duty bracelet, but yet it just flows really nice. It doesn't get hung up anywhere. Comes in that little leather pouch in the back there. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Borealis packaging. It's pretty simple. I think there's some other micro brands that use very similar packaging. And it's nice that they don't spend a ton of time and effort on that packaging. I would rather it being spent on the watch, and it shows. It's easy to get the pins out. The other thing I would probably do is, I only have a 20 millimeter mesh, but if you did a 22 millimeter mesh on this guy, I think that would work really good. Maybe spring for a higher quality mesh bracelet and put it on here. I think it would balance out nice, because the head of the watch is not crazy heavy, and this bracelet is nice and heavy. And this one feels good on wrist. Don't get me wrong. But when you have it on the leather and the bronze here, that's really nice too. And I love that you're going to get that, see that green patina on there? You know, most of your skin contact is going to be on the stainless steel, so you're going to start developing along here, and then you're probably going to start getting along the edging here really good. And that's going to look very cool. So I think well done by Borealis again. Constantly turning out watches that are top tier in the micro brand world, I think, as far as execution and value, and you know, they're putting out some unique stuff. I can't think of anything that's like this on the market. I mean, if you guys can think of anything, let me know. Like, I kind of compare it to the Seiko Tuna, but it's not the same kind of watch. You know, it doesn't have the shroud and everything like this. To me, it kind of stands alone. So there's a quick look at it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Forgot to add in the loom shop for you guys. Check out that loom. Also, while I was trying to record, my sister was texting me. She says hi, by the way. Isn't that loom cool? Right on the bezel and everything.